Hey guys, Emily here, better known as the Meta Fairy. Welcome back to the podcast. As per usual, this episode is brought to you by Meta Aesthetics, premier Ottawa skincare establishment since 1979, where we guide and educate our clients on how to achieve a successful skin transformation and that will help them age in a well and beautiful way. So, today I wanted to talk about I was trying to do like an analysis on traits and habits that most of our successful members and clients in terms of skin transformation have. And let me ask you this question. So, have you been in the situation where you're really dreaming to transform your skin completely, but you're just like overwhelmed because let's be real, there's just so many options that you can go to. There's just so many products, so many things that you can do, and you just don't know where to start. So, if this is you, totally normal. I would feel exactly the same way if I would be in your shoes. But I kind of did a little analysis on common traits or habits that the most successful members and clients that we have in our practice that they all have in common. So we've been in business for 43 years. We have a pretty strong, loyal, recurring clientele. And, there are some things that will absolutely make a huge difference in your skin transformation. But that comes to how you are as a person. So that's why I wanted to kind of talk to you about this today. So I'm going to go into 5 common traits that the majority of our members and clients have so that it really helps them achieve a really successful skin transformation and maintaining it as well. So first and foremost, it's going to seem really silly, but they ask questions. So when someone walks through the doors and they come in for their initial dermal imaging session, which is done with the Visia, it's really, really neat. If you've never done it before, absolutely book yourselves in for that. It's amazing because it reveals so much. But when they come in for their first treatment or their first consultation, they will ask all the questions. They are curious. They want to know what's going on. They want to know why we're doing certain things. They want to know why we're using certain things. And the fact that they're very curious and they want to know the process really helps them to be more patient and understanding to get realistic results. So be curious. Ask your questions because it will really make you understand how the skin works. And again, this brings me to the second point. Patience is a common trait that all these clients and members have. They understand that the skin conditions that you want to fix or you want to make better will take more than a month to completely disappear or regulate. So when they ask their questions, they actually want to know, they're really willing to invest their time in understanding why are they using vitamin A? Why are we doing microdermabrasions? Why are we doing these skin rebuilding series before going into skin resurfacing, IPL, and things like that? They want to know what's going on. And because they're doing that, because they're investing that time in knowing and understanding the process of their skin, it makes them more patient and more realistic in understanding how their skin is going to transform. So it's kind of like a 3-in-1, but asking your questions and understanding what we're doing on your skin is really going to help you have a more successful skin transformation. Because if you have hiccups along the way, which is totally normal, when you think about a skin condition, for example, top of mind, rosacea, you can have flare-ups and it depends on your stress levels. It depends on your time outside, your sun exposure and things like that. If you already understand how rosacea functions because you asked your questions, you will be more patient with your skin and more understanding and be like, okay, it's fine. It'll take time to regulate itself, but I understand that this is how my skin condition works. Therefore, I have to do this and this and that to make sure I get to my optimal skin transformation. So curiosity, asking your questions will make you more patient and understanding, and these traits will absolutely help you get faster to a successful skin transformation, if that makes any sense. Another common thing that I've noticed is that people that come in or people that are members and clients, they are willing to modify something in their daily regimen or in their habits. So think of it this way. If you are someone that wants to get into shape and you go to, I don't know, the gym, and you have an assessment with a trainer, and you're not willing to change your diet, you're not willing to put your booze aside, you're not willing to go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, you're not willing to swap for healthier ingredients, things like that, you will absolutely not get a body transformation. So it's the same with skin. When you come to us and you tell us, hey, I've got this skin issue, I want to, change X, Y, and Z, and then we tell you what is the deal and what would be the best way to get you faster results and good results. If you're not willing to tweak anything that you're doing in your life on a day-to-day, and if you're not willing to take our suggestions, then, obviously that's going to impact the level of percentage that you're going to get in terms of results when it comes to your skin. So you got to be realistic in that sense. If you're coming in and you're investing all this time and money, you have to be ready to make some changes. So that's what I've noticed in most of our members and clients. They are always willing to change something to have continuous and better results. Another thing that I've noticed as well is that if you've listened to us for a long time, if you know us, if this is your first time listening to us talking, we are people that are very into science data backup. So we're not really into trends and things that pop up here and there in our industry, because in our industry, unfortunately, there's just so many things that pop up all the time, like new treatments, new products, new ingredients, new preservatives, and things like that. But we want to see the data. We want to see the results. We want to make sure everything is safe, everything is ethical. So we're not ones to jump into the trend train. And we do attract that type of clientele because we're not like that. So when clients come in, they don't really care about the trends. They'll ask their questions, but really they want to know the data behind what we do and the clinical studies of what we do. So anytime we have a new product that comes out in one of our lines, it's insane. Like we have if you're watching the video right now, we have like a thick file that comes to us to show us all the scientific clinical studies that come and back up this particular product or treatment. Same thing with the machines that we get, the treatments that we do. Everything's kind of backed up with proof. So all our members and our clients, most of them, I would say 95% of them, they don't really care about trends. They want to do what is going to work. So that's another common trait that they have. And lastly, it's going to be a little silly, but they are very serious and they're very committed. So of course, there's going to be different seasons of life that you're going to be in where you may not be ready to get into this intense skincare regimen because either, budget or priorities or, time, because it takes time commitment too. When you're changing a regimen, you have to make sure that you're using proper products, make the time to use them, blah, blah, blah. So if you're in that situation where you're in a season of life where you're too busy, you don't have time, you don't have the budget, then obviously it's not the time for you. But when we have new members or clients that come in and they are ready to go through a skin transformation, they are very committed. I don't know if that's a trait or if that's a habit. I don't know where to put that, but I did notice that was the last thing that I noticed, is that obviously if you're going to spend time, money on your skin and you're ready to go, you're going to be super serious. So that's another one that I noticed from the most successful people that had a really nice and intense skin transformation. They were very serious and they did everything from A to Z and it worked wonderfully. Another 2 cents that I want to put in there before we finish the episode. Something that's really important when we talk about having realistic expectations, I'm going to slide this in there, but maintenance is really where the magic happens when it comes to keeping your results. So I feel like a lot of places do focus on get these series done, 3 treatments, you're done. Yeah, your skin's going to be amazing. That's great. But you have to keep in mind that in life, your skin is an organ, right? It's affected by internal stressors, genetics, stress, and external stressors as well. So hormones is another one, obviously. So when you've done your 6 or 12 month transformation program, your skin is looking wonderful, but you have to know and you have to understand, and this is where we come in when you have your initial assessment with us. We tell you that maintenance is really the magic. It's really the thing that's going to keep your results for the longest time. I'll just give you a brief example. When we talk about pigmentation, for example, melasma, or just age spots in general, the melanocytes are the skin cells that will produce the melanin because it's kind of trying to protect itself, right? That's why you create the pigment. So obviously there's other details around that, but that's just like the plain and simple explanation. So obviously your skin has a memory. So by doing IPL, microderm, all the things to lighten your skin, okay, great, I barely have any pigments left. You still will have to maintain and do a treatment once or twice a year to maintain your results. And this is where the magic happens, because this is where you're keeping those results for the longest time because you're maintaining. Same thing with using your products. You're not going to use one set of products for 3 months and then you're like, okay, I'm good. I got what I wanted, because naturally speaking, your skin will just want to revert to, how it was, in a sense, depending on the skin condition. But when we talk about like melasma, for example, it's always going to be in you. So you always have to maintain it. You always have to keep an eye on it. So that's one thing that I think a lot of people don't talk about when they recommend treatments, when they recommend products. Maintenance is so important when it comes to skin. So, so, so important if you want to keep those amazing results. So I hope that kind of gave you an insight on the kind of traits, the kind of habits that the not most successful, but the members and the clients in our establishment that had the most successful skin transformation, these are all things that they have. Whether it's a habit or a trait, that's what they have in common. And it really does help them have a better perspective and a better understanding on how they will achieve a successful skin transformation. Because it's a 50-50 relationship here. When you come in to see us, we give you the plan. We give you the home care. You go home, but you also have to do the work. If you don't do the work at home, every time you come and see us, it's like we have to reset every single time. So that's important to say, that as someone that wants to have a successful skin journey, a successful skin transformation, also has to do the work at home. And, we can't do that for you. You have to have the habits and the traits in you to make sure that you really go through and do the things that we tell you to do. And it's only for you. You came to us with an issue. We're trying to fix you. So fix your skin, sorry. So I hope that gave you a little bit of tips, a little bit of insight, what to look for. If you guys want to have a longer conversation, you can always send us an email, hello@themetaestetique.com. All the links are below. Or if you just want to have a short little chat, send us a DM on Instagram. We are always in the DMs. We love having chats with you. And yeah, keep in touch. And until next time, we will chat very, very soon.